Oh, how the suck has been embraced today. Let me make sure I'm still recording. Good to go. It's hard to say where exactly I am and how long it'll take me to get where I'm going. Let me remove this headphone so I can hear myself. But it's still Friday, May 3rd. It's 5:10 in the PM. And I do know that I have, 20 minutes ago, I had 5.9 miles to get to the campsite that I'm aiming for. So, best case scenario, that would be 2.5 hours, but I'm not super hopeful that that'll be the case. So that would mean I got there around 6:45, which, not bad. Certainly kind of a crazy time to get 21 miles done. I guess maybe it's closer to 22 if we're going to split hairs, but in any way you slice it, the day is almost over, and what a day it's been, man. Wow, it's so hard when you're injured, It's been a perspective shifter for sure, and I'm just stoked to get into camp, see my friends, talk to them for a bit, from the campsite that I'm aiming for. It's only 10 miles to get to Woods Hole Hostel, and if I don't feel at least 50% better tomorrow, I'm just going to stay at that hostel, come what may. I know everyone else, I know that Forrest is itching for a shower, and as I think about it, I smell so disgusting. Haven't had a shower since Damascus, which was at mile 470, and we're going to be at 6:15 by the end of the day, and then 6:23, I think, by tomorrow at Woods Hole. So, if I don't feel immeasurably better, I'm just going to call it a Nero and stay there. And I think that everyone else might take the opportunity to stay there as well, because we were already talking about staying in Pearisburg. But, I can't have another day like this. This feels... Well, let me go back. So, starting out in the beginning of the day, all the clips from today, I think it certainly has had sort of a bell curve, which is kind of weird. Going down to get water this morning, I could definitely feel the pain, but it wasn't super bad. And then maybe the first couple hours, I think it got more uncomfortable. And by basically 12:30, before I got to the shelter, I think it was at its peak pain level where I had to stop going uphill, stop because I felt this weird, burning sensation coming from my leg, and not a normal burning sensation, but some sort of gradually rising burning pain that is somewhat unfamiliar. And so I had to stop and then lift my leg up and touch my tendon and the muscle in that area just to make sure everything felt still somewhat normal. And it was weird. I feel like I've kind of walked off some of the pain today. Maybe it's just that I'm warmed up, and so my muscles and all that stuff are a little bit more limber and forgiving as I continue moving. If I stop moving, first of all, there's no pain at all, but when I continue to move again, then the pain starts. And so I can't feel like this tomorrow and go on. And I'm totally at peace with the fact that I'll have to take a Nero tomorrow if the pain still hurts. And I don't know. I might have to say goodbye to my folks for a bit. I mean, as soon as I feel better again, I'll be able to catch up with them. And it might even be a little bit fun, because I was kind of jealous of Pooh Bear back in the Smokies. Generally just before he caught up with us, Forrest and I, and Snowbird, he was doing big mile days and just hiking at night and doing all this fun stuff by himself, meeting people. That might be my fate here in a second, depending on how I feel. I do want to make sure that I don't count all my chickens before they hatch. I can't say how I'll feel tomorrow. And, the thing that I mentioned earlier that is still a bit of a worry is the compensatory injuries. I've been walking fucking weird today, trying to get where I'm going, and there's a good chance that in doing so, I might have done something else to something else. That's the nature of the beast when you're infirmed. And so I'll have to evaluate everything tomorrow morning, and I need to make sure I get to the campsite tonight just to set the expectation that I may have to pull out of this train that we've been on for, a number of weeks now, because I'm just injured, So I've been able to spend a lot of time thinking about that today, obviously. With each step, it's like I can't help but be reminded of my current state of being. And again, it's not completely terrible. Like, I can still walk, with the caveat of not knowing what tomorrow brings. And for some reason, it does feel better now than it did earlier, which is also similarly strange. But I do thank God that the hostel is close, and I know, even if I have to crawl on hands and knees, that I can do 10 miles tomorrow, and I can get there, and then I can just post up, and man, oh man, do I ever need to wash some clothes and then take a shower. I swear, it's really gross, but to be 100% transparent, like, the smells in my crotch area are just like so foreign to me, like they offend me. Like, if I've been down to like collect water or something like that, and I catch a whiff of the smells that I'm producing and fermenting and, letting go. All right, I'm trying to carefully go over this log so I don't hurt myself. Again, yeah, it's just foreign and offensive. I'm just like, God damn, this smells bad. It's just like not good. And, because I only got those butt wipes somewhat recently, it's a losing battle because I've been wearing the same underwear and shorts every day since Damascus, and that was just the last time I washed them. So I haven't been able to start over. So anytime I use one of those wipes, yes, it doesn't, productively add to the overall smell, but it really doesn't reduce it either. I mean, at best, I'd say it probably keeps everything at a net negative, some sort of, negative number that is thankfully not going lower, but it's not getting better either. So there's a lot going for me staying at the Woods Hole Hostel, not the least of which is laundry, and also, the possibility of having to take a zero, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I prefer not to do it, but at this point, even my stubborn way about everything, I just know that I can't do this tomorrow. Like, this is pathetic, this is ill-advised to the extreme, this is like, not the hike that I want to hike. We've got some people coming up. Let's see what they're up to. Probably getting some water. Might do the same. Just a little bit AT ambience. Nice. First water in a little while.
Yeah. The good stuff. The only stuff, I guess.
Oh, there's some other good stuff.
Yeah, there's some.
But I take your point. How old is the dog? Is it your dog?
He's about 5 or so.
Seems like a good guy.
He is. He's a good companion.
Yeah.
Probably take him in the shower with me at the hotel room.
Mm.
Probably won't do this.
Are you guys pushing to Pearisburg tonight?
No. We'll be there. We're looking to get in there Monday. We got packages, so we'll just kind of wait it out. Take a slow day tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then get there early Monday.
Cool, man. Oh, no worries. No, I'm trying to finish this before I even get in there. Yeah, so you're all good.
clean and it's going to turn into this water and magically fucking campsite. No, the one right out of it. Take care, man.
Yeah, you guys too. See ya. Alright, finish this leader. I know this isn't compelling content, but this is what it sounds like to drink a liter when you finally come to a water source, so you can camel up before you fill back up. I wanted to make a point to count how many liters I drank today, but it wasn't really worth doing in the moment. Every time I was like, oh, I need to write this down. It just didn't happen. I've had somewhere in the vicinity of 6, though. I like the Sawyer Micro, but damn, the flow rate does leave a bit to be desired. Alright, let's finish this up. One more little sip. Cached. Man. Alright. Yep, that was drinking a liter in one sitting, which is something I always enjoy doing. And I do think it has helped with the pain today. The way I see it, you have something going wrong in your body, you know. Let's see if I can get this to do this automatically. Doesn't look like it. Could always push the leaf back and hang that. I'm just worried about passing out because I've got my backpack on while I'm trying to bend over and fill this up. Alright, it's kind of doing it automatically. It might slide out, so I need to be careful. Oh yeah, starting to slide. Fuck, god damn it. The way I see it, you know, especially when your body is doing something like healing itself, there's a lot of metabolic processes going on. And so generally speaking, as with when I'm sick, when I'm physically injured, I just like to think, it's the solution to pollution is dilution argument. You know, I want to help my body clear out all the bullshit when there's something going on. And also just generally speaking, you know, the moment I see my urine isn't like, you know, completely clear and translucent, I typically will try to down a liter at the next possible moment when I can. And, damn it, this is fucking slow. So today, I don't know exactly what's going on in my body, but since I have felt like the ebb and flow of things getting better instead of getting worse necessarily, you know, I just want to make sure that I'm staying on top of my hydration. In the words of Pooh Bear, hydrate or dihydrate. And so, this is the first water in like 10 miles. I drank all the water I had, and this should get me the rest of the way for tonight. I could always fill up. No, there's water at the campsite. That's not necessary. I was going to say I could fill up all the rest of my water, but then I can't. Well, this doesn't really matter. My problem is primarily visual, and I don't want to explain it. So don't worry about it. But suffice it to say, alright, feeling better. Always enjoy drinking a liter. And my leg had enough time just now not moving to where I don't actually feel any pain right now, but I know that it's going to creep back up. it's going to keep doing what it's been doing all day. I have escaped the rain, so don't ever look at the glass half empty, although I still do have like 2 hours left to get there, so it could definitely still pour on me. But I think it's supposed to be isolated, or as Snowbird would say, isolated, which is funny. Next time I see him, I'm probably going to give him a big hug. But anyway, yeah, I think that people will be inclined to stay at Woods Hole, perhaps, if I initiate it. I know, like I said, Forrest she wanted us to stay in Bland. She wanted to shower badly enough to where she was really wanting to convince the group to stay there. And I wasn't really feeling that, because it's like not cool there, really. I mean, being at the library was cool, but that was only cool in the context of like knowing that we weren't staying there. And I mean, Bland is pretty aptly named. It's pretty boring there. Just like a bunch of unhealthy looking people. They seem nice enough, but just nothing going on, man. Nothing. That leader's fighting me. I'm not going to let it win. You're staying down. I don't let my nutrients come out before they've been properly processed. So anyway, yeah, I think Forrest will be on my side. And, we're all pretty fluid with what we're doing. And so, 10 miles into Bland, I don't know. I was going to say, like, we could look at the mileage over the week and see if we're doing pretty good in terms of, like, I don't know, this week's mileage versus last week's mileage, but none of us know what day it is. None of us know what, like, the last, not the second to most recent town. It's like, it's hard to remember. So it doesn't really matter, We were already planning on stopping in Parisburg, so if we have to do Woods Hole instead, I think people will be down. But, I'm kind of just going in circles now because, with what I'm saying, because it's all I can really think about. I don't really have anything else going on. I am excited for dinner, primarily because, stepping in mud. Some good nutrients to get into my body to help with the repair process. And obviously if I'm eating dinner, that means I made it to camp, so I can chill. Man, fuck. Yeah, whatever. I guess that's all I have to say for now. I'll go ahead and go. I'll probably, I don't know, go ahead and pee, and I'll turn it off. Since I just drank that liter, the urine should come easily. I'm pretty sure all my group is probably at the campsite by now. 21 mile day. I'm not sure what 21 divided by 3. Oh, well, that's actually really easy. That's 7 hours. They left, let's say 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Damn, have they been there for 2 hours? Damn. Could I be 2 hours behind? And counting? Jesus. Yeah. If I don't feel drastically better tomorrow, and in fact, the more I think about it, the more I just want to stay there regardless of how I end up feeling just as a security. Yeah, whatever. I'll go back to listening to Owane now. And yeah, hopefully next clip, unless I get in the mood to talk to myself again, will be tomorrow, a little bit of an update about the situation. So the drama continues here on the Appalachian Trail. Talk to you later. Bye.